Scotty, beam me up.
Smash.
Get over here! It is pointless to resist.
All right. Welcome to the Geek Den. Our penultimate, is it penultimate? Is that the word? Before our 420 special for our first birthday with RATH of Wrath and the Wise Guys. How's it
Whatever the
going?
word is.
It's good. Happy to be here.
Yeah, man, we're glad to have you. Thanks for doing it.
Yeah, dude.
And so we'll just kick it right off. Where did the name Wrath and the Wise Guys come from?
All right. So
Come upon
I was probably 14 or 15, and me and a buddy of mine were starting and ending a lot of bands, like kind of over and over again, the high school thing. And so one of them was like the 7 Deadly Sins. And so I was Wrath, but without the W, because we were super edgy, and he was Carnage without the K, or he was Carnage with a K. And so so that's where that started. Yeah. And so yeah, I mean that was in Virginia, and so I ended up moving down to Florida and joined up with these guys a little over a year ago, and just started tossing around the names, and actually our original drummer came up with the Wise Guys. So that was that.
And that opens it up for like a lot of opportunity. Like with the one single, I can't remember the name right now, but I listened to it on Spotify the other day, and it had like a bunch of clips from movies like Three Stooges and everything like that.
Oh yeah.
Wise Guy, eh? So I was like, oh, that's perfect. I was like, it's like the perfect name for a band, because
Yeah.
it just gives you so much opportunity to use any kind of sample.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah. It was cool.
And it just
Sifting through those.
Yep. And he gives you like kind of a mental image of like what you're all about. Like I wasn't expecting pink hair when I heard the name Wrath and the Wise Guys. But I love, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we're into throwing the curveballs. We wear jerseys and stuff. I don't know if you've looked through the pictures, but we've got 2 different styles of jerseys. We've got a baseball and a basketball. And so, we show up to shows wearing those, and people have no idea what's about to happen. They're like, I mean, this, I don't know. Is it a baseball band? What does that even mean?
A baseball band.
So,
Oh man, you might be onto something.
Baseball bat guitars, the whole deal.
yeah, we're the party squad. I don't know. We just come to have fun.
And another thing we like to ask is, what got you into like punk rock or just music in general? Like for me, like punk rock specifically would have been Basket Case by Green Day.
Okay.
The video, like I was 6 years old, and it came on MTV, and I was fascinated by the masks that they were wearing. Like they just freaked me out, but I was like, oh, that's really cool.
Okay. Yeah. I feel that.
Yeah.
That was definitely an early video for me. I mean, I was born in 93, so that was what, 96?
94, I think.
94? Oh, okay.
94, yeah.
Okay.
I was
so
6 in
even earlier.
94.
Yeah. I mean, my dad got me into a lot, actually. I grew up listening to like Rancid and the Smiths and stuff like that. So it was, I born into it. The second song on the EP, but I mean, I grew up with that. I mean, my mom took me to a lot of shows too, but that was more like Def Leppard and Goo Goo Dolls. But I mean, they were, even early Goo Goo Dolls was sort of punk and stuff. So
Yeah.
I just saw a lot of live music and was like, yeah, that's definitely what I want to do.
Yeah, pretty much the same for me. Like
Mm.
the first, I can't really say my first punk show because I didn't really go to punk shows till high school.
Mhm.
And then, like, I went to a few in middle school, but it wasn't. They were just like little things
Yeah.
that people put on in like a university dorm or something like that.
Right.
And just stuff that was all ages that kids could go
Mhm.
to and just have fun. But
Right.
like my first exposure to live music, believe it or not, was a band called Confederate Railroad when I was like 3 at the
Okay.
Grange Fair in Center Hall, Pennsylvania. But I was mesmerized because it was like I was listening to a CD, but it wasn't a CD. I was watching them play the songs. I want to play songs.
Right.
I want
Right.
to
Yeah.
play guitar.
Yeah.
You know, that was
Right.
like, he's having fun. Look at the look
Mhm.
on his face. He's having fun. I was 3.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And my uncle played guitar, so my uncle Chuck was the coolest person in the world to me. So I wanted to be
Yeah.
like my uncle Chuck.
Right.
So thank you, Uncle Chuck.
Yeah, definitely.
But I was exposed to a lot of different music as a youngster. Like punk rock didn't really find its way to me, aside from Green Day when I was 6, till I was about maybe 9 or 10. Like my
Mhm.
sister got me listening to like MXPX, and then
Nice.
I found Rancid through my friend Jeff, and then I found NoFX and then Anti-Flag, and then it just went from there. Like I
Mhm.
found all the old bands, the Ramones, Misfits, and I found the Misfits through Metallica, to be fair.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Their covers and stuff. That's
Yep.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's cool.
and yeah, but it's awesome that you were exposed to punk pretty much in the womb.
Yeah. Yeah, really.
Yeah.
I mean, like my dad, I don't know if you ever heard of the Smoking Popes,
Mhm.
this little band out of Chicago, but my dad used to follow them around and stuff. And
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he took me to see Social Distortion a couple times, and I mean, he even took me to see like Kiss and like Motley Crue and stuff. So I was seeing
Yeah.
everything from super raw punk to the the highest level production.
My God, that's
Yeah.
one hell of a
Started the
childhood.
same with me. I think it started with Green Day, and then like the next day, I think it was I borrowed Punkorama from my cousin, and it went from there.
Nice.
Yeah, Craig was a teenager. Oh, not quite a teenager.
No, I was about
You were
11.
10. You were
Yeah.
like 10 or 11.
I was about
You're
11.
huge,
That's when
right?
Dookie came out.
Yep. But
Nice.
I still say Doogie's one of the greatest albums
Oh
of
yeah.
all time.
It was definitely
Yeah.
fun to like bring people in. Like a lot of people found this music through Dookie because it was so exposed. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, absolutely.
in a good way when you think about it.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of people, like a lot of the elitists will say that Green Day sold out and that's why Dookie happened. And it's like, well, thank God, because if it wasn't for fucking Dookie, I wouldn't be listening to punk rock today.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Like I found, a whole bunch of different bands because of Green Day.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so think whatever you want about them. I love them. Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I thank them for getting me into it.
Exactly, because they spawned, Punkorama into like everything. Everything about punk rock I love. Like everything about it. It goes way beyond Punkorama and shit. Like it goes way beyond Epitaph, you know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if they're huge or
Yeah.
anything. It's how you get exposed to the music. And
exactly. Yeah.
Mhm.
you had the perfect upbringing, it seemed, to be exposed to the right kind of music at the right time. Because
Yeah.
the 90s were a great era for music as a whole. Like, there's just great music all throughout the 90s. And
Yeah.
I love those 90s punk bands. I don't care what anybody fucking says. They're some of my favorite bands.
Yeah. Yeah. They definitely had fun. That's I
Oh.
think, there was the reason for punk initially was, just, rejecting all the bullshit and everything. And then it's like, all right, well, we don't have to be mad all the time.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of cool to actually have some fun,
Yeah, exactly.
So that was a really nice element that all those bands brought in.
Yeah, especially that early Green Day stuff. Like if you
Mhm.
go back and listen to their first album, it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
they're
I
they're
still
just
do.
having fun. Like
Yeah, I listen to those constantly. Really like Kerplunk and
Kerplunk.
39,
Yeah. But even if you look at bands like the Addicts and Toy Dolls and shit, you know what I mean? They even had
Oh,
their
yeah.
own thing going on.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
The toy dolls are fantastic.
Yeah.
Love their glasses.
Yeah.
But have you done much touring at all?
I did a tour like right after high school for 2 weeks, out to Iowa and back. But I'm planning one right now for June. It's pretty much all booked up. The last 2 weeks in June
Yeah.
will be out. So that'll be really cool. I'm actually practicing with sort of like a new backing band. The guys that I'm sort of perm with here in Tampa Bay aren't in touring position at the moment. So another
Gotcha.
band reached out to me and was like, "Hey, if you ever need help or anything," and I was like, "Well, what are you guys doing this summer?" And they were like, "All right, cool." So I've been practicing with them, and we're gonna release those dates. I think this weekend. We've got a flyer all made up and everything, so I think we're gonna drop the news. I'm playing a show with the band Friday night, so
tune-up
there's
gig.
only so many it could be at that point.
Like a tune-up gig. It's always
Yeah.
good to get
Well,
one.
I'm not playing with them. I'm actually playing with the Wise Guys, but one of the bands
okay.
that we're playing with is the band that's going to back me up.
okay.
I am playing a show with them in May to sort of do that, the little
Right.
warm up.
Yeah,
And see
it's
how
good
it
to have
goes.
at least one full performance under the belt. before
Right.
you
Oh
get
yeah.
from-
Yeah.
Yeah. So we
Hey,
do
that-
one of those, and then we're doing one like at home with them,
Yeah.
and then going straight to Atlanta.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
Now, is that going to be like a southeastern United States kind of tour, like a regional thing?
Yeah, we're going Atlanta up to Virginia and then over to like Tennessee and like Birmingham and then back down. So just this
Birmingham
little
and Tennessee have surprisingly good punk scenes.
right. And you know what sucks is they're both having big punk festivals the weekend before I'm coming through. So I'm kind of
Oh.
taking a weird risk, but it'll all be fun.
Yeah.
It's all I get to play shows. That's all that
Yeah.
matters.
Right. Yeah. as long as you get to play, it doesn't matter how many.
Yeah.
people.
Getting to play music every day is just that's it. So
Yeah.
Like last show I went to, I told the story here a couple times. We even had one of the bands on the couple of the bands on the show. But back in August, I went to a basement show, and there was maybe 20 people there.
right.
But it was one of the best shows I've ever fucking been to.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
For a multitude of reasons. Mainly, it took me back to my high school days
Mhm.
because I remember putting on shows myself that are just those filthy garage shows where you don't know how many people are going to show up. You can have 10,
Yeah.
you could have 100. You don't know.
Right.
Or it could just be the other bands and their girlfriends. You don't know who's going to be there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Plus,
Two-
it's like we said 100 times, like we grew up, in VFW halls and shit too. You know what I mean? Like those are the shows we went
The
to.
energy in those shows is so much more palpable and
Yeah.
it's just different.
Yeah.
Those kids are having fun.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Sure, there's only 10 of them, but fuck it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, and we've done the same exact thing here. The last house that I was in, we did sort of a moving out show where we did that out of my garage. And we've done, I mean, the VFW down here in St. Pete has shows like every weekend. I've booked a couple of them there, and I mean, we're basically bringing back that 90s, the whole 90s energy because there's nowhere else to play. So
Yeah.
we're just doing
all
what
the
we
venues are
can
shut down.
again,
Yeah.
so
Exactly.
yeah.
Starting from the bottom.
Right.
That's how we did it before. There's no shame in going
Yep.
back.
I mean, we know we can. I mean,
We've done it before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're pulling a lot of people at like matinee Sunday shows.
Mm.
Like, it's awesome.
Dude, I remember the first shows I ever booked were in my mom's garage. And the first one, it was just like a party type thing. I didn't charge anybody to get in. Anybody could come. Didn't matter. I just made flyers and handed them out. Booked
Yeah.
a bunch of bands. And it
Mhm.
started at like 10 a.m.
Wow.
There was like 5 people there.
Mm.
But eventually there was like 40 to 50 people there. And I was like, I could
Nice.
I could make up the money doing it.
Mm,
The
Yeah.
next year, I booked another show, but it was a fundraiser
Mm.
because I was going to Europe the following summer. But it was around the same time of year, about this time of year,
mm,
mid-April, around Easter time. And again, 10 a.m. had 10 bands on the bill. Each band had 20 minutes set plus time for teardown. And then there's time for, chill outs or whatever,
Yeah.
didn't have to be constant music going. But
Yeah.
there was always music going because we had a PA system hooked up with a CD
Right.
player. So we just had,
Yeah.
whatever. There was always music happening. It was just depending on what scenario.
Yeah.
But, but yeah, those bands, they killed it, man. Charge people $5 a head to get in. I think I drew over 120 people that day, just in and out,
Wow.
like constantly. And my mom doesn't have a very big yard, but it was big enough to hold that many cars. And I'm glad it was, dude. That second show got me to Europe, and so I was like,
That's what's up.
I know what I'm doing the last couple years of high school. I'm gonna have some fun with some shows, have all my favorite bands come out, and that's where a lot of bands get their start. Like a lot of people don't realize it, that bands just don't start. Oh, hey buddy.
You guys give me
Cameo.
1 second, all right?
Nah, you're
Yeah,
good, man.
you good.
All right, why don't we cut to a break? Nah.
Yeah, why not?
Taking care of dad stuff, looks like.
Introducing evil mutant warriors, Ratero, Vulture-Man, Croon the Destroyer, battle against Lion-O and the new Thundercat allies, Hatchiman, Snowman, Tuska Warrior. The battle is on for the Sword of Omen. Figures and vehicles each sold separately from LJN.
The Unmen are back for revenge, and they want Swamp Thing.
Weed Killer's poisoning Swamp Thing's home!
Who can save it?
Swamp Thing! Nobody poisons the swamp trap. I live here. It's feeding time for my Venus flytrap. Ah! It won't stop me.
Is this the end of Swamp Thing?
No! My mighty Bog Rover will put an end to you. Fire!
Swamp Thing, Guardian of the Earth. Swamp Trap playset, Bog Rover and figures sold separately.
I'm not tired.
You're a liar, sir.
No, there's no tired. There's never
no
tired. I don't know what that is.
There's no time to be tired. Not necessarily.
Seriously. No.
You gotta do things like play Star Wars.
Right. Yeah. I just beat my probably 500th run through of Knights of the Old Republic. Especially when I found out that they ported it for Android. Oh, it was like, yeah, like I'm done. So yeah, about once or twice a year I download it and I got to run through.
Awesome.
Oh yeah,
500 times. That's insane.
too many. I mean, I've been playing it since I was in high school. I mean, on the original Xbox, so probably a little before then.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's been what 15 years for me. Yeah.
I can't really say much because I'm the same way with TV shows. Like,
Right.
there's certain TV shows I've seen 30, 40 times, and it's like, why?
Yeah.
I've already
Yep.
seen it.
Right.
It's like, because I fucking love it. It's
Right.
fucking great.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I get it.
Right.
Like certain games, like I would be that way if I had a copy of Red Dead Redemption on hand at all times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I
'Cause
can see that.
That game, like, I understand it's just Western GTA. I get that. But
Yeah, that's
listen,
cool.
GTA is for people who like that kind of setting for a game.
Yeah.
I'm not typically that kind of thing. I love a Western setting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thinking I can steal people's horses, I can shoot people,
Right.
and like I can sell the furs of bears. Yeah, I'm in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's why I got so into Oblivion and Skyrim I mean, Elder Scrolls was huge. Like I played them so many times.
Yeah.
Like there was just they're so immersive. There's so much to it. So it's really cool. I mean, like you said, I could steal people's horses.
Right. Like that's
All the
I feel like those are the types of games that I should probably be playing. Like I don't have a console right
Yeah.
now,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but like
Yeah, same.
RPGs just seem like my kind of thing, even though
Mhm.
I've always like kind of despised them. But I've always veered away from like D&D, like
Yeah.
the RPGs that you have to really like be with other people, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a people kind of like doing this is cool. Like this is awesome.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
bullshitting with people. But like when it comes to like playing like board games, like it has to be like Trivial Pursuit or something to be
Mhm.
that kind of game for me. Like I can't if it's D&D, like I'd rather play that in like a video game.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That kind of RPG I can get behind. Like as I'm
Mhm.
getting older, I'm like, I've been looking at this all wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I am with Silent Hill. I can't tell you how many times I've beaten like each game in the series.
I was that
Nice.
way with the original games on the
Yeah.
PS1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've never
The original is
touched them.
so
And
hard to
I
find.
need,
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
oh,
You've never
are we allowed to
you've
talk
never
about the dirty emulators on here? Are we allowed to?
oh, sure.
Because you can find just about anything that's been
Oh, yeah.
released.
Everybody knows
You
it's
know,
out there, so
Yeah,
you
that's
can
true.
find some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Like
I've used them
I like.
before. Modded
Yeah,
out
I'm a
games
huge
for
fan of
free.
I'm a huge fan of the ROM hacks. Like, there's a lot of Pokemon games, you know, that are just fan made that are like insane. Because I'm like, I don't need 200 more Pokemon every year. This is so annoying. So you know, I'm like, let's just get a different storyline, some weird stuff. And there's ones that are
Yeah.
like horribly vulgar, and you know, just there's one where you can be Team Rocket, and there, you know, it's I like those.
Right.
Yeah.
Just
There is
very
one-
familiar but different.
right. There is one tabletop RPG that I really did enjoy when I played it, but that's because of the theme. You ever play Zombicide? It's like
No,
D&D, but
but
with zombies.
okay.
In a sense, like you don't really have to write anything down. Like you just pick a guy that leads, like who reads off all the cards and everything.
You know what game I could
Word.
still play? Like tabletop game? Nightmare. That entire series.
Oh my god!
Nightmare,
the VHS
Atmosphere, all those games.
games? The VHS games?
Yeah. With the
Yeah,
gatekeeper.
dude.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I remember Nightmare.
Yeah.
Damn, I never played
Huh.
Atmosphere.
Atmosphere. I had them all. Atmosphere was more fun because there was more involved. It wasn't just like the gatekeeper. There were more characters involved.
Okay. Man,
Like that.
I gotta
That
find-
turned
I gotta
into a
get
complex
VCR.
world.
I gotta get a VCR and get on eBay
Yeah.
Yeah.
because I know I'm not gonna be able. Well, maybe they have a Blu-ray version now.
They did release it like a couple years ago. They did a
Did they?
re-release, but yeah.
I'll have to scour the web for those then.
Yeah.
Because I do want those games. Because those are
Wow.
fun. They're fun fucking games. It's
Yeah.
like RATH, like they came out. When did they come out? Like late
Early 90s, like mid
Was
90s.
it early?
Mid 90s.
Early to mid.
I think the first one was maybe 92.
Okay. I remember
Maybe.
my uncle again. My uncle Chuck. He's only 12 years older than I am. Let me start with Chuck. So
Yeah.
that's why we clicked. You know,
Yeah.
same generation, kind of. He's an
Yeah.
Xer. I'm a millennial. Yeah. I hate that word, but we always got along. He got me into all the music that I love, and he got this game for Christmas called Nightmare, and I was like, "Oh, that's a cool looking game." And he's like, "It's a tape." I was like, "What do you mean a tape?" And he's like, "It's a VCR tape." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool. We'll have to play it sometime." Never played it until I was like 10, and it scared the shit out of me. Mainly because I had just watched People Under the Stairs not long before that. And
Yeah.
if you've seen our show, you know my story with People Under the Stairs.
Yeah.
But But yeah, like it creeped me out, but I remember it was just super fun. Like that was the most
Mhm.
fun I remember my sister and I ever having together.
Yeah,
Aside from like an amusement park trip when we were kids.
yeah. Because it was
Like
like early.
we get along fine, but we never really had a lot of fun as kids
Mm.
together. Just like
Yeah,
but I don't know.
it was
It was a
just a
cool
good time. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. It was like early virtual reality, kind of, because you were like in his world. Like if you followed along with the game, you know what I mean. Like he responded to you.
Right. Now,
Right.
Zombicide is like that, but with like little figures in a D&D kind of sense.
Yeah,
And you get bigger. You can get like these huge looking zombies that take so much like stuff to beat. Like you get cards with weapons on them and shit like that. It's really cool.
Nice.
It's expensive as hell, so be warned.
Oh.
Do it. Like, I think if you get the game with most of the expansions, it's like $500.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh.
but these are like die-cast figures. They're like heavy.
yeah,
And it's cool though. It's such a cool game.
yeah.
So if you know anybody that has it, definitely like ask around, ask your friends. Somebody you know has it. I guarantee it.
Mm.
That's how I played it. A friend of mine brought it over. I was like, I need this fucking game. He's like, no, you don't want to spend the money on it. I was like, you're probably right. But I've looked at action figures that are way more expensive than this game. So
yeah.
yeah, like Elder Scrolls and stuff like that. I need to get me a console and get into stuff like that.
Yeah. I even tried like the earlier ones. On the original Xbox they had Morrowind, and that is like horribly hard. Like it's really slow, and
Mm.
when you start out, almost every time you try to attack, you miss.
Yeah.
So like it's really, really, really slow going to start.
Yeah.
I don't remember ever like leveling up. I think I got really frustrated and went back to at least Oblivion, because that's got a decent level of difficulty, and then Skyrim was just stupid easy. I mean, it
Yeah.
was fun. Like like you could go around, doing whatever you wanted to do, and it was, that was cool. But if you want something a little challenging, Oblivion was definitely
Right.
there for me.
I'll have to check that out. Like,
Yeah, I played a lot of Fable in high school too.
Yeah.
That was an Xbox exclusive, I think,
Fable,
and
oh my
that was
Fable was a
Yeah,
lot
that
of
was
like early 20s stories for me. That's when that came out. That was a lot of like sleepovers at my friends just playing that game for hours and hours and hours and hours.
yeah. Oh yeah.
We would like
Yeah,
camp
that
out
was-
in somebody's living room for like days and days and just play Fable.
Fuck,
I remember the early LAN parties.
Mm,
They weren't like nobody was hooked up to the internet. Everybody brought an Xbox over,
Yeah.
hooked up to a TV, and we just went to town.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god. I just had a
Yeah.
flashback to those days with Fable. I never played the game, but I was at those parties and I would just watch as these guys would play this game, and I was like, I don't know what's going on, but they're having fun. So
Yeah. Oh, we made it like memorable. It was
But then I was doing the same
hilarious.
shit with Halo. I was doing the same shit with Halo like 2 years later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sucked at first person shooters. And I was just I never got into it because I couldn't. Like,
I'm not good at the online gaming, like that kind like that aspect of it, but like playing the campaigns and stuff, I'm cool.
Yeah.
Or if it's like, like a LAN party, just four dudes in a living room, each guy has a controller and you just going around shooting each other, I can do that all day long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if it's with strangers who have been playing this game nonstop since it was released,
Yeah.
I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really do online games. I love stories and campaigns.
The racing games I'll do. Like I'll do those because I'm
Yeah.
pretty good at like the drifting parts of
Yeah,
it and
yeah.
drag race.
Now, if we're getting nostalgic and online, I used to play RuneScape a lot.
Oh my god.
That's something I've been playing mobile also. That's
Yeah.
I got the old school RuneScape on the phone, and I just like I'll just get on there every once in a while, and I'm just on the dock fishing, and I'm like, all right, guess this is what we're doing. So I'll just sit there, fill my inventory, go to the bank, and just do it over and over again. And one day I'm gonna do something with it. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I just remember like growing up, if we're gonna, well, we get super personal. I mean, I guess it's not super personal, but I would sit there and my dad had the two monitors because he was a nerd too. So he, I'd play like Bo Burnham live videos or Stephen Lynch or some, some sort of singing comedian.
Oh man, Stephen
Screen in
Lynch,
the room, just grinding and
my heart.
yeah.
Oh, if I
That
were
was,
gay.
oh yeah, that was the first song. Yep, that's the one that got me into it.
Mine was Special Ed.
Oh yeah, that
Special
that was
Fred,
so many
Special-
people's. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Oh my God, I have not heard that name in years. I'm gonna have to listen in later.
Yeah, well, he was on Broadway.
Oh, was he?
And another little
Good.
bit. Yeah, my dad's favorite movie is Wedding Singer.
Mm.
And so I watched that a lot growing up. And so they adapted it for Broadway, and Stephen Lynch played Robbie Hart.
Oh, that's awesome. That's
I
they
didn't know
couldn't
that.
pick a
That's
better- They
awesome.
could not
So-
have picked anybody better.
Yeah.
You're right.
If you
He
go on
was a
YouTube,
funny.
oh,
I gotta look that up.
dude, amazing, great
Yeah.
singer too. I think
Oh,
that's
he's
the,
fantastic. He's an
Yeah.
amazing
cool
vocalist.
part.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you go on YouTube, I think it's still on there. It used to be on Bandcamp, but I have a cover of Grow Old With You. I did like a full band, like super fast.
Yeah,
Like, yeah,
that's awesome.
that was pretty cool. Almost like No Effects style or something. But
Yeah.
yeah, I was just totally surrounded by music.
Dang, holy shit. Even Lynch.
Yeah.
Like him and Mitch Hedberg were like my entire like
yeah.
sophomore year of high school as far as comedy goes.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
then Mitch,
I see that.
Like Mitch Hedberg passed away my junior year, and that was like a
Mhm.
major bummer.
Right.
And
Right.
so-
You're like, I just got into you, bro. Like,
right.
like what the fuck, man?
Fuck. Never got the chance to see him live,
Right.
and I feel it only appropriate to bring the mood down just a smidge and pay
Right.
tribute
Yeah.
to one of the great comedians of all time, Mr. Gilbert Gottfried. Rest
Yeah.
in peace, sir.
Yeah. That's,
Honestly, like that one, of all the losses we've had this year, like Bob Saget was rough
yeah. I mean, they're just
on me, especially because I was a huge Full House fan as well.
Mm.
And
Mm.
so, and then Louis Anderson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, Betty White passed away on New Year's Eve.
Mm.
Mhm.
Man, and then Taylor Hawkins just a couple weeks ago.
Mhm.
Foo Fighters, another huge blow. I still haven't gotten over that one.
Yeah. This
Mhm.
year's it's wild.
This year's it's pretty rough.
Yeah.
Pretty rough 2022. And then Gilbert Gottfried, of course. Like if you've seen any of our early episodes, especially like our go and in fact, I'm just gonna tell everybody right now, like after you're done watching this episode, go back in our catalog on YouTube, look up the Mike LaDon episode. Mike LaDon from Chaser, he's a good friend of ours.
Oh yeah.
We spoke with him. He was more than gracious with his presence. At the time, there were 4 hosts of the Geek Den.
Yeah.
There was us, there was me, Craig, of course, our buddy Matt, who's on hiatus to finish up his schooling. He's almost done. He's coming back soon.
Nice.
And then our friend Joe. Well, Joe does a spot on Gilbert Gottfried impersonation. So, leading up to the Mike LaDon conversation, we egged Joe on. We were like, Joe, you got to do like a Gilbert Gottfried introduction for Mike LaDon. And he was like, okay, just throw like little quips and lines at me. So we're like, punk rock geek den? What the hell is this shit? You know, that kind of stuff. So Joe wrote down like a good, how long was that? Like a good minute and a half, 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, the day of the talk, like the episode, like that we were going to record. This is like a couple hours before. We're pushing this shit on him, and he wrote this down, and he sends us a voice message, and he goes, this is what I came up with. We're like, oh, dude, that's perfect. You got to do that on the show because I got it written down. So
Nice.
Mike comes on. I was like, okay, we ready to go? Craig puts it so that when Joe talks, you just see Joe on the screen.
Mm.
And he just goes off, does his Gilbert Gottfried impression. And it was, I always said that Joe did a better Gilbert Gottfried than Gilbert Gottfried. There was only one Gilbert Gottfried. And I got to say, thank you for all the laughs.
Oh yeah.
And rest in peace.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
From Look Who's Talking To all the way to the Fairly Odd Parents, I followed this man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Peabody.
Yep.
Damn.
Man. So, yep.
He
Another
did the
one
thing.
gone.
Oh yeah.
Huge.
Yeah.
We are all huge fans of him on this show. So
Yeah.
That's pretty. Okay. I had to do that, didn't I?
Bum, bum, bum.
I had to do that, didn't I?
Yeah.
But
It's only appropriate.
given what I was talking about, yeah.
Yeah.
Mitch, Mitch Hedberg, though.
Yeah.
I used to do drugs. I still do. I used to.
One
First
of the
time I
better
heard-
cameos in that 70s show.
Yes,
For
yes.
sure.
Yeah.
That was
I did not
definitely one of
lose a
them.
leg in Vietnam to serve kids like you hot dog. But you weren't in
You didn't
Vietnam.
serve in Vietnam.
Like I said, I did not lose a leg in Vietnam.
Oh man.
But that Stephen Wright, he's another one that just one-liner. He's still
Oh yeah.
still doing it.
He was
I have
good.
a Siamese stepson.
Did you ever see there's an old Mike Myers movie called So I Married an Axe Murderer.
Yeah.
And he plays a
never
pilot
seen
for
that.
about a minute and that it's fucking fantastic. And
Whoa,
it's like,
man.
yeah, I do this all the
Whoa,
time.
man.
I've never done it at night before.
We're gonna talk about this more in our 420 episode, but he was the guy on the couch in Half Baked.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I realized something when I was 18 years old and I visited my sister for Thanksgiving. I was the guy on the couch that entire week.
Hell yeah.
I was asleep most of the time. The only time I really woke up was to smoke weed. So, Stephen Wright, I feel you, sir.
Hell yeah.
So, but yeah, those great comedians from like Stephen Lynch. Like you dropped that name and it just took me back to your ear, man. I was just thinking about him last year sometime, and I was like, man, I haven't listened to him in years.
Yeah, like what's he doing, bro? Like
Right?
I don't know.
Apparently he's doing Broadway performances of Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah, he was.
And I'm strangely okay with that.
Oh yeah, I'm so okay. Like, it's so good. It's some good shit.
I have
was
to look it up.
yeah, I was a senior in high school and I was a drama kid or whatever. So we went to this drama retreat and we were like auditioning for like these weird solo parts or something. So you had to pick something from a musical and I was like, I'm gonna do that, and they hated it. So it was between that and like 21 Guns too. So it was nobody liked it. Nobody liked me. So it was, it was high school.
I feel you there. I feel you there.
Yeah.
I did my senior year. We did a friend of mine, actually my freshman year ex-girlfriend, but we're still pretty good friends to this day. But anyway, my senior year, she goes, "Hey, will you do a duet with me in the talent show?" And I was like, "Sure." I got a guitar, I can sing a little bit, So she wants to do a country song.
Yay.
Okay. I'll learn this Brad Paisley song.
Oh man.
Whiskey Lullaby. Have you ever heard it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I saw Brad Paisley.
Makes you want to hang yourself.
Like, oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And that,
Oh yeah.
and that's saying something because all country music makes me want to hang myself, except for like Johnny Cash, well, the old country from back in like 70s, you know what I mean? What I
Mhm.
grew up listening to because of my grandparents. But
Yeah.
like, this fucking song. Okay, so I learned this song. We practiced it a couple times. We nail it, and it's like, okay, we're good to go. Talent show is Friday night. Following the talent show is our senior all night party because it's coming up on graduation, like a week away. So I do the talent show. I get there, and I had this bright orange Cheetos shirt. And she goes, "Why are you wearing that shirt?" I go, "I don't know. It fits."
It fits.
It felt
like
pretty redneck. I don't know.
Right. If you have like a button down or anything you can put on over, like, nope. So I take the stage, and I have this fucking bright ass orange shirt and a spotlight right on me. And I'm like,
Hell yeah.
I hate this. I'm about to sing this song. If we like, had I been with my band, it would not have been. I wouldn't have felt that way. I would have been
Yeah.
ready to fucking go because
Oh
I'm in
yeah.
a metal band, but I'm gonna stand out in this metal band because I'm wearing a bright Cheetos shirt as opposed to like a Black Dahlia Murder shirt. Or
Yeah.
something.
Oh yeah.
So I'm singing this country song. We get through it, and I had to like, it was probably, we did it like we did the song good. Like, it wasn't like awesome or anything because I can't say that album. I can't judge my own material, like my own performance, I should say. But to me personally, I was just like, I'm never doing that again. If I'm going to learn a country song, it's going to be one that I want to learn. Not like, oh God, I still know how to play that song, and I don't want to know how to play it anymore.
Here comes James with Cotton Eye Joe.
Well, I know my next cover.
Right? But damn.
Oh yeah.
Just the fact that the muscle memory is still there.
Yeah, I think I can still remember some Taylor Swift from high school. 'Cause you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I learned how to play Let It Go from Frozen for my nephew. So
Oh no.
I learned. There's a way around it. The Newfound Glory did a cover of it.
Oh, nice.
I learned their version.
All right.
So we're good.
I'm not tired.
But nah, it's all good. Why don't we go ahead and cut to another break?
Yep.
Oh no, because that means I'm tired. No.
Hey mate, what do you do when you see a crocodile? You run, you slide, you hit the pump and take a dive. It's Crocodile Mile, the great water slide with splashdown pool. And the incredible boomerang bump that sends you flying. But watch out for the crocs. You run, you slide, you hit the pump and take a dive. Crocodile Mile with boomerang bump and giant splashdown pool. From Marshall.
Behold my most horrifying creation. Graveyard Ghoulies. Squeeze the colored goop into the mold, or use glow goop and out pop body parts. Stomach, heart, brain. It's Graveyard Ghoulies. Graveyard Ghoulies are a creepy crawler fright, so beware of what happens at night. Creepy Crawlers Workshop. Your parents put it together. Light bulb not included. Graveyard Ghoulies mold pack and glow goop each sold separately.
All right, and we're back. So what's next for Wrath and the Wise Guy?
All right, Wrath and the Wise Guys. We got a show this Friday in St. Pete at Cage Brewing. That's cool. I started a little zine 2 months ago called Flock Party. The first issue had John Barnes from Lot Lizards on it, and the next issue comes out Friday, April 15th, with 3 Jim Pacifico of Fear the Spider on it. So that'll be cool. Issue 2 is coming out. I'm recording another episode of my podcast tonight to come out tomorrow morning. That'll be cool. Flock Party in your ear. My own little recap of what I'm doing every week because I got a fuck ton going on. Next week we're doing a special 420 release. I've got a couple lathes coming out. And if you don't know what a lathe is, they're these little, they're like records, but they're instead of being like pressed, they're cut in real time. So we're getting 20 of those cut. 2 of our songs, one of them, it's backwards, but that'll be a special surprise.
Cool.
So putting those out on 420, a limited run, and then tour. I'm touring in June with a special backing band that'll be released or announced this weekend, and we'll announce all the dates and everything on that. So you heard it here first.
Cool.
Those of you in the southeastern United States, you're gonna want to check out this tour.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna want to keep your eyes peeled because he's gonna be hitting some places you wouldn't expect him to.
Yeah, it's interesting, but it'll be fun. The Deep South tour.
Yeah, dude. Man, like a couple of those cities, man, like specifically Nashville, like has a surprisingly good punk scene. There's a lot of great bands that came out of Nashville, and you wouldn't expect them to. And
right,
hot water music, at least I think, I could be wrong here, is from, I think it's hot water music. Fuck, no.
I think they're from Gainesville.
Yeah, they're from Gainesville.
Gainesville, Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a band I saw on Warped Tour in 2007 that's from Auburn, Alabama. And I want to say that I can't remember their fucking name. Damn it. And they were like one of those bands that was like kind of pivotal for me, you know what I mean? When I found out they were from Alabama, I was just like, whoa.
Right.
I just can't remember what. Damn it. Yeah, that was like 15 years ago that I had that epiphany.
Finding you ever heard of Pears?
Yeah.
Pears, finding out, they're from like New Orleans. You're like, what the fuck?
They
Like,
are.
there's yeah. It's like I didn't even know there was punk in New Orleans. Like I thought it was just voodoo something.
Thought it was that stuff that Down does.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Man,
I love that bluesy metal kind of sound. But, oh man, this was fun, dude. We talked about video games. I haven't had a video game conversation that I could participate in fucking forever.
Yeah.
Like those are the games that I played. Sometimes we get people come on here and they talk about games I've never even thought of playing. Like, cool. Like,
yeah.
But nah, you gave me a little bit of insight to like Skyrim and stuff like that. That I
Definitely get on those.
Shit for playing games like that, but I gotta
Man,
give it
it's
a
yeah, it's fun, especially if you like Knights of the Old Republic. If you ever gotten into that at all, it's
never had a chance either. I'll have to give that a whirl.
That's definitely worth it. And if you have an Android, you go on Google, like the Google Play or whatever, they have Google Play Pass, which you can get a free 1-month trial, and Knights of the Old Republic is included on that. So if you want to try the mobile version, which is they did a really, really, really good job converting it. The controls are basically the same. The only thing is the racing is a lot harder. But I've seen people connect like Xbox controllers to their phones, and figure it out. So
damn,
that's a little much, but
for that.
Right, like that's a whole lot. But
that's a whole other level of geekdom that I'm not.
Oh, I've done it. I mean, I have the original PlayStation controllers that I hook up to my well, I got the USB versions that I hook up to my laptop to play like PlayStation games.
I've done that, but like,
so,
to my phone, that is kind of sorcery that I'm not prepared for.
Well, first you cast it, to your your Samsung smart TV, and then and, oh yeah, I know how to rig anything. We can make it super legit.
Right. It's like taking a camera and putting it right up against your phone screen so you can hook the camera up to your TV and have it on the big screen.
Oh man,
Jesus Christ. Or watching the concert through your phone screen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Put your fucking phones down and enjoy the music.
Yeah.
Take a picture now and then, but put the phone in your hand
Hell yeah.
for the most part.
Don't want to mosh with your phone in your hand.
It's gonna go bye-bye.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna lose that phone really fast. I've seen it happen. Phone go flying at Anthrax and Lamb of God. That was fucking hilarious.
Nice.
Girl
Hell yeah.
like filmed the fucking thing and crowd surfer kicked it right out of her fucking hand.
Oh, fuck.
I laughed so fucking hard. It was hilarious. Oh man,
Well,
dude, this has been a blast.
hell yeah. I've had a good night.
We appreciate you coming on, dude.
Hey, you know what's coming up?
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, one more thing before we go. Gregor, kick us off with that. Go for it.
Still got this contest going on.
Yep.
You know,
Ooh.
all kinds of
Giving
fun
this
stuff.
away. Got a couple of vinyl short
Oh.
buddies, American Thrills. They're a great band out of Connecticut. And then Craig's got these books that he wrote.
Yep.
Oh shit.
We have another book up for grabs from one of our previous guests, Craig Lewis. And yeah.
Yep.
So you got what?
Ooh.
5 days to enter this
5 days.
contest.
Yep.
The winner is announced on our 420 special featuring the one and only pop culture punk Chris Styles, where we will be talking about the great stoner comedies of all time.
Yeah.
I'm talking Half Baked, Cheech and Chong, Dazed and Confused.
Yep.
Fucking, I'm gonna
My
include
first
Animal.
one. My first one is Harold and Kumar. Well, if you're including Animal House, then I grew up with Animal House. That
Yeah.
was
I'll
holy
include
shit.
Animal
That
House
movie was
because there's
amazing.
a pot scene in it, and it's just fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Try not to drool so much.
Can I buy some pot from you?
I'm not gonna go insane, am I? A distinct possibility. Oh, that movie. Holy
So-
shit. That was amazing.
Yeah, it's always a good time with our buddy Chris.
Yep.
I know he's got some movies in his
Hell
brain
yeah.
that I've never even fucking heard of. And you know what? We're gonna
Hell
have
yeah.
a little trip down memory lane. If you want to, on 420, you can go back in our vault and watch our Reefer Madness movie night, where we go into the
Ooh.
public domain and dig out a movie and watch it and record it and let you guys watch along with us while we do
Yeah.
like an MST3K kind of thing.
It's been a
haven't done
wild
one.
year. We've done a lot.
We haven't done
Nice.
one of those in a minute.
No, we haven't.
We're gonna have to do some digging. Have to get our buddy Ian back in.
Yep.
But
Awesome.
all right, Wrath, dude, thank you so much.
Yeah.
man.
You guys.
Yeah,
Been
it's
so
been
much
awesome,
fun.
dude.
Yeah, we
Hell
look
yeah.
forward to what you got coming next, man. Can't
Hell
wait.
yeah.
So
Thank
Yep.
you guys.
check them out. You can find them on Spotify. Wrath and the Wise Guys. Thanks again, man.
Thank you.
See ya.
Fruity Pebbles are what I wouldn't do to get them from you know who. Join the band, mate. Me? Yeah, you got the sound we need. Shake it, shake it, shake it. Shake it in your soul. Shake it, shake it, shake it. Shake it in your bowl. Fruity-licious.
My Fruity Pebbles are gone.
How fruitituitous.
Barney!
Uh-oh, the gig is up.
Post Fruity and Cocoa Pebble cereal. Part of this nutritious breakfast. Yappa dabba delicious.
Charms Blow Pop, take one. Action. Fruit flavored candy on the outside. Say it. Bubblegum on the inside. Fabulous. That's a Blow Pop. That's a Blow Pop.
Fruit charm.
Now flavors. Cherry. Grape. Strawberry. Sour apple. Watermelon. Ta-da! That's a Blow Pop. Say from Charms. What? Cut.